particular class of chemicals known as phthalates are widely used as plasticizers. However, they have come under scrutiny, especially in recent times, due to the health effects they have been shown to exhibit. So what are these substances, and why exactly have they garnered the controversy that they have? To begin, we need to talk about plasticizers more generally. Plasticizers are substances that are added to materials in order to give them one or more of many different properties. They can be used to make something softer and more flexible, to decrease its plasticity, which is the ability of a material to become irreversibly deformed in response to applied forces, to decrease its viscosity, think of how syrup flows compared to water. The former is thicker, i.e. it behaves viscously, and or to decrease its friction during its handling in the manufacturing process. Plasticizers are able to increase a property known as the thermoplasticity of a polymer, meaning that the polymer softens more readily with heat. How they do this is by altering several properties without ever actually changing the fundamental chemical character of the material plasticized. The viscosity of the polymer melt, the melting temperature, and the elastic modulus of the finished product, which is simply a measure of how resistant a material is to deformation, are examples of the changed properties. Phthalates in particular are a type of ester derived from phthalic acid, produced as colourless, odourless, syrupy liquids with low solubility in water and low volatility. Their primary use is as plasticizers. Now, if I covered even a fraction of the uses of phthalates, we'd be here all day, but just to scratch the surface, phthalates are used in a wide array of applications, from the coatings on pharmaceutical pills and nutritional supplements, to adhesives, detergents, paints, and particularly worthy of note, children's toys. Phthalates were first introduced in the 1920s and quickly replaced the volatile and odorous camphor that was used as the plasticizer of choice in vast quantities prior to phthalates. The commercial availability of polyvinyl chloride, or PVC, in 1933, and the development of di-2-ethyl hexyl phthalate, commonly abbreviated to DEHP, began the surge in the plasticizer PVC industry. Because of how commonplace plasticizers in plastics are nowadays, it has been concluded that the majority of the general public is exposed to phthalates to at least some extent. In the 4th National Report on Human Exposure to Environmental Chemicals, researchers from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention in the United States found measurable levels of phthalate metabolites in the general population, after having measured the concentration of 13 different phthalate metabolites in around 2,500 patients from a wide range of demographics. Their modern-day ubiquity is concerning primarily, but not only, due to their classification as endocrine disruptors. That's to say, certain chemicals that are known to disrupt the hormonal systems within the body. At the hormonal level, phthalates end up modifying the release of 3 types of hormones: hypothalamic, pituitary, and peripheral hormones. Moreover, at the intracellular level, they can interfere with nuclear receptors, membrane receptors, signaling pathways within the cell, and can even modulate gene expression associated with reproduction. In response to discoveries of the dangers of some phthalates, action has been taken, more noticeably in the West, to reduce their use in the last 30 years. An assessment by Health Canada in 1994 found that DEHP, along with another phthalate product, B79P, were harmful to human health. The Canadian government in turn banned their use in cosmetics and restricted their use in various other applications. In 2008, the United States Congress passed, and then President Bush signed, the Consumer Product Safety Improvement Act, making it unlawful to make, sell, or import children's toys with more than a certain proportion of different phthalates, among other substances. Similar regulations to the same end have also been put in place in the European Union. The use of a specific phthalate in a specific product is no coincidence. It's been carefully selected to provide a specific function. Therefore, it is simply not possible to provide a universal, all-encompassing way to substitute phthalates. An alternative that can substitute phthalates in one application will not necessarily be fit to do the same in another application. Instead, a wide variety of alternatives are required to replace phthalates and cover all their specific functions. However, there are some situation-specific replacements that we could make to remove phthalates from some products, but the problem often encountered in these instances is that certain potential alternatives need additives to be made in order to be suitable for use, and these additives, ironically enough, are often not approved by legislation for use. So to conclude, while the health effects of phthalates on the broader population are by no means any secret, there simply hasn't been discovered a practical way to replace all phthalates in all consumer products in all circumstances, and therefore, until there is such a discovery made, society will simply have to survive with these controversial chemicals.